All right, hello, welcome back, everybody. PayPal and Patreon are down below if you want to support me. Only do so if you actually can. We are going down the list in order of the size of each country's carbon dioxide emissions, with human civilization in total now somewhere around 40 gigatons or 40 billion metric tons of CO2 per year. The amounts or proportions contributed drop off precipitously as the list goes down. So the largest CO2 emitter on the planet is and has been for a while China. They are up to now a emissions total of 12.6 gigatons per year all by themselves, which is over 30% or about a third of the planet's total emissions, with the US having the inverted number of 1.3 instead of 3.1, comprising 13%. As I told you, the drop off is really precipitous. While China is emitting 12.6 and still climbing in emissions rapidly, actually, the US peaked back in the late 2000s or early 2010s at about 5.6 gigatons and has declined slowly, but has declined down to 5.1. India continuing to climb like China, but still way further down at 3.1 gigatons per year now, comprising close to 8% of global emissions. Russia has plateaued basically at around 2.2 gigatons per year. Japan used to be up into the ones, but now they've declined down to about a flat one gigaton per year, that is, or about 2.5% of global CO2 emissions. And now we switch from gigatons down into megatons as everyone else is below the 1 gigaton emissions line. Sixth place for global emissions is Iran, coming in close to 1 gigaton at 937 megatons per year, or million tons. Following them is Indonesia, who comes in at 861 megatons as of present day and still climbing, obviously, as they're a rising nation, putting them a bit over 2% of global emissions. And then going under the 2% line, we have Saudi Arabia, who as of present day has reached 726 megatons per year of emissions. Canada follows behind them, just under 600 megatons at 599, putting Canada at 1.5% of total global emissions. South Korea is just slightly under Canada at 594 megatons. Germany is just slightly under South Korea at 589. Go a bit farther down, and you get Mexico coming in at 560. Then Brazil follows them, drop further than that at 525. And after Brazil, we go under 500 megatons of CO2 per year down to South Africa, who has basically plateaued at the upper 400s since their economy and their power grids and their water infrastructure and their rail infrastructure, and basically the entire country is falling apart into the abyss. But South Africa, as of most recently, came in at 478 megatons per year. Turkey continuing to climb. They are at 457 megatons. Australia follows them a bit lower at 440. Then we jump down under 400, down to countries comprising less than 1% of global total CO2 emissions. Vietnam coming in at 372 megatons. The UAE coming in at 341 megatons per year, followed by the UK at 338. Malaysia coming in at 322 megatons per year. Italy at 313. Kazakhstan at 309. And the final country with an emissions amount above 300 is Thailand at 302 megatons per year. Just under 300 is Poland, Polska at 299. And number 25 is Egypt, Mizrim, at 279 megatons per year. You then go to Iraq and has reached 278 megatons per year of emissions. Taiwan follows close behind them at 271. France follows then behind them a little bit further at 263. Spain, a bit further down from them at 255. Then Algeria at 248. Argentina at 229. Venezuela at 225. And then Turkmenistan and Pakistan, despite their massive population differences, both have an emissions amount of about 222 megatons per year. The same with Qatar in the Persian Gulf and the Philippines over in the Pacific. Both have an emissions amount in megatons of about 164, and thus we're now down to countries comprising less than 0.5% of total emissions. Following behind those two is the Netherlands at 156, Uzbekistan at 153, Colombia, a bit of a drop down from that at 138 megatons per year, Ukraine at 131, Kuwait at 126, Bangladesh at 125, Nigeria at 122, and then the last two who emit over 100 megatons per year are Oman at 110 and Belgium at 106. And the farthest down we'll go is 40 megatons because that's down to 0.1%. Chile and the Czech Republic both are at a present day emissions level of about 88 megatons per year. Morocco is at about 74. Romania and Peru are both at a flat 70. Israel is at about 68. Greece is at about 63, along with Libya also at about 63. And then Ecuador and Austria are both at 56. Belarus is at an average of 55. Azerbaijan and North Korea are both at an average of about 54. The city-state of Singapore averages about 53. Serbia averages somewhere around 50. And then the last two coming in just above 40 megatons at 41 each are Hungary and Portugal. All right, that's it for this one. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and listening. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. PayPal and Patreon are down there if you want to support me. Only do so if you actually can. There's a link in the description to a Google Drive folder with all kinds of different graphs, charts, data compilations across all kinds of different things. A link to my Catch channel will be in the top pinned comment as well. May God bless and protect all of you, and I will see you all around next time.